This will happen in 1 hour. Someone will give you a surprise in your life. God says, don't take this as a joke. If you skip it, you will cry. Open before the next 5 seconds. There are moments in life when the air around you feels different, quiet, heavier, almost aware of you. And even though everything looks the same, something inside you whispers, pay attention. You're standing inside one of those rare moments right now. Not by accident. Not because you stumbled here, but because the timing finally caught up to your spirit. For a long time, you've been moving through life carrying questions no one else could hear. You've held pain in silence, waited in patience, and trusted even when nothing seemed to shift. But today, something is stirring behind the curtain of your ordinary hours. Something that has been preparing in the unseen is now drifting closer, step by step, breath by breath. Don't rush. Don't scroll. Just stay with this moment. Because what's approaching isn't loud or dramatic. It's subtle, quiet, sacred. The kind of shift that enters like the first light before sunrise. Gentle but certain. You might feel a slight pull in your chest, or a calm rising inside you for no reason. That's not imagination. That's alignment beginning to form. Somewhere, someone is thinking of you. Not in a casual way, not in passing, but with a clarity they didn't have before. For days, their heart has been restless. Their thoughts drift back to memories they once ignored. A name, a feeling, a moment, you. Something in their spirit has awakened, reminding them of what they walked away from or didn't appreciate the first time. They don't fully understand it yet, but their soul does. Life has a way of guiding hearts back to what was meant, back to the people who were placed in our story with purpose. Sometimes it takes silence, sometimes distance, sometimes loss. Only then does truth return with deeper understanding. And that understanding is rising in someone right now. While you're listening to this, their heart is shifting. They are sorting through old emotions they tried to bury, only to realize those emotions never truly left. A message might be forming, a decision might be taking shape, or a realization might finally be breaking through. You haven't been forgotten. Your presence has simply been echoing in the places they refuse to look. Just breathe. Feel the stillness, because the changes happening around you aren't random. They are the quiet movements of destiny weaving your next chapter into place. You may feel a soft heaviness in your chest or a chill passing through your arms. Think of it as your inner world tuning itself to something greater. Think of it as the moment before clarity arrives. You've reached a turning point. For weeks, maybe months, you've sensed something shifting but couldn't name it. Little signs here and there, familiar numbers repeating, songs playing at the perfect time, thoughts appearing in your mind that felt too precise to be coincidence. Those weren't meaningless. They were signals that the universe was preparing you, piece by piece, for this moment. You are not waiting anymore. You are arriving. There is a reason this message found you in this exact instant. Time isn't measured just by minutes, it's measured by alignment. And right now, everything around you is aligning in ways you can't see yet. The spiritual world is moving, connecting threads, softening hearts, and opening paths that felt impossible only a short while ago. You might not see the full picture, but the movement is real. Someone is remembering your kindness, your presence, your light. Memories that once felt buried are rising again with clarity. The silence that once felt like abandonment is turning into realization. And the space between you and this person, the emotional distance, the unanswered questions, the unspoken words is beginning to close. They're not coming back out of guilt or loneliness. They're being pulled by a truth they can no longer ignore. You were never the one who needed convincing. It was their heart that had to learn the difference between temporary and irreplaceable. Take a slow breath. Let the calm settle into your chest, because the hour you've entered isn't about waiting. It's about receiving. Something is unfolding quietly for your good, not because you chased it, begged for it, or tried to force it, but because you grew, healed, and held on even when everything inside you felt tired. Your patience has become a pathway. Your silence has become strength. Your tears have watered the ground for what's coming next. And now, that next is finally rising. You may notice small things shifting today, a notification sound, a sudden calm, a familiar scent, or a name appearing unexpectedly. Don't ignore these signs. They are the early knocks of destiny making its way to your door. Your heart may feel warm one moment and anxious the next. That's normal. When something meaningful approaches, the spirit feels it before the mind can understand it. That inner sensation is simply your soul, recognizing the approach of something it has been waiting for. You are stepping into a season of clarity, a season where confusion dissolves, where silence breaks, where questions receive answers, where what was meant for you finds its way without delay, not because you demanded it, but because timing has finally matured into truth. Someone is being guided toward you with a purpose they cannot shake. They've tried distracting themselves, convincing themselves, distancing themselves, but every attempt only pulls them closer to what their soul knows is true. You, in the hours ahead, don't be surprised if you feel more sensitive, more aware, or more connected than usual. That is your intuition stretching, preparing itself for what's approaching. Your blessing isn't creeping toward you. It's moving quickly, intentionally, with your name attached to it. This isn't the style of miracle that announces itself loudly. It slips in gently, like a whispered reminder that the universe never forgot you. It arrives softly because it's real, because it's aligned, because it's meant. Stay here with this moment. Let your breath slow. Let your worries loosen. Let your heart open, because what's coming toward you carries healing, clarity, and unexpected peace. It carries closure for the wounds you've hidden. It carries warmth for the nights you cried alone. It carries truth for the questions you never dared to ask. And all of it is already in motion. This is not the ending of your waiting season. It is the beginning of your receiving season. You are stepping into alignment, and alignment always brings revelation. When the moment arrives, whether through a message, a voice, or a sign, you will recognize it instantly. Not because it's dramatic, but because it feels like truth, like relief, like something inside you finally exhaling after holding on for too long. You won't need confirmation. Your heart will know, and that knowing will feel like peace. Some moments in life arrive without warning, quiet, almost invisible, yet they rearrange everything. You're standing in one of those moments right now. The energy around you is shifting, like the air before rainfall, or the hush before dawn. Something is preparing to step into your life, not with chaos or confusion, but with clarity you didn't know you needed. For so long, you've carried your strength alone. You've survived seasons that others didn't see. You've learned to smile through ache, to keep moving through uncertainty, to trust even when trust felt like a fragile thread. But now, all of that endurance is gathering into something new. Life is about to return what was taken from you, only this time restored, redefined, and aligned with who you've become. Stay present, because the shift happening now is not accidental. It's been forming slowly, like roots growing beneath the surface, unseen but undeniable. Right now, someone is feeling a pull they can't explain. They are remembering moments they dismissed, recalling words they ignored, replaying conversations they didn't value enough. It's not regret alone, it's awakening. A gentle realization that something meaningful slipped through their hands, and that meaning is tied to you. This awakening didn't come easily. It came through silence, through distance, through life teaching them lessons their pride refused to learn. But now, clarity is rising inside them, and the truth they've been avoiding is becoming impossible to ignore. You have always been a quiet presence in their story, steady, calming, sincere. They didn't know how rare that was until the world around them grew noisy. They didn't know how deep your kindness ran until life confronted them with shallow connections. And now, with their heart gradually opening, they are being guided back toward what was real all along. Your energy has been echoing in their spirit. It's the memory they couldn't bury, the peace they couldn't replace, the light they didn't recognize until they stood in darkness. Breathe slowly. Let your shoulders relax, because the movement forming around you isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. It's the universe pulling two paths closer again, not for repetition, but for completion, not to relive old pain, but to restore what was left unfinished. Every time you felt a strange calm out of nowhere, every time your thoughts drifted back to them without reason, every time you sensed a shift you couldn't explain, that was connection, not coincidence. Two hearts that once shared a chapter don't drift from each other without leaving traces, and destiny has a way of gathering those traces back together when the time is right. That time is approaching now quietly, naturally, without force. You might notice unexpected signs today. A familiar name resurfacing. A song that carries a memory. A moment that feels eerily timed. These are gentle nudges from the universe saying, stay aware. Something is aligning. Don't ignore these moments. They're not accidents. They're threads pulling your next chapter closer. The person who once didn't understand your worth is beginning to see it clearly, not because you changed, but because life revealed truths they weren't ready to face before. They've been carrying unspoken thoughts, words they wished they said, apologies they rehearsed, feelings they tried to silence. Those thoughts are growing louder now, pushing them toward a decision that includes you. But this time, they are not returning with the same energy they left with. They are returning with humility, with awareness, with genuine intention. Life has softened something inside them. The distance created space for truth, and that truth is now guiding them forward. Your name isn't just a memory to them, it's a realization of what their soul was searching for. Let that sink in. This isn't about chasing or forcing anything. This is about alignment doing its quiet work. You're not being asked to reach out. You're not being asked to fix what was broken. You're simply being prepared to receive clarity when it arrives. The energy around you is warm, calm, and awakening. That's how divine timing feels. It doesn't rush. It doesn't demand. It simply flows, As you move through the next hour, you may feel moments of stillness, pauses that make you more aware of your surroundings. That's the universe adjusting the space around you, preparing you for something meaningful. You've carried unanswered questions for too long, questions that kept you awake, questions that made your heart heavy, questions that your mind replayed over and over without closure. But closure is coming not through explanations alone, but through understanding. Sometimes the heart speaks clearer than words. Someone is about to step into honesty they avoided before. They are realizing that avoidance didn't erase the connection. It only strengthened what they tried to escape. They are beginning to see that your presence wasn't a chapter. It was a turning point. You are woven into their growth, into their awakening, into their inner transformation. And soon, their actions will reflect it. You may feel a sudden rush of emotion as you hear this: relief, fear, hope, curiosity. It's natural. When something long-awaited approaches, the soul senses it before the mind catches up. Take another deep breath. This is the calm before insight enters, the silence before truth is spoken, the stillness before movement begins. Your patience is being rewarded, not with chaos, but with clarity, not with confusion, but with peace. You are being guided into a chapter that makes sense finally. You've done your part. You've healed. You've grown. You've let go without losing hope. You've trusted even with trembling hands. Now life is sending back what your spirit has been quietly reaching for. This time, it won't feel like loss returning. It will feel like understanding arriving. The person who once hesitated is stepping into courage. The person who once avoided emotion is about to speak from the heart. The person who once walked away is now walking with intention. And when it happens, you won't need to wonder whether it's a sign. Your whole being will know, because the peace that comes with truth is unmistakable. What's approaching isn't just a message. It's a moment your soul has been preparing for. A moment that restores balance. A moment that shifts the atmosphere inside you. And it's closer than you think. There are turning points in life that don't arrive with noise or fireworks. They slip into your world like a quiet breath. And right now, you are standing in the soft glow of one of those turning points. Something is opening around you. Something gentle, yet powerful. Something your heart has been waiting to feel without even realizing it. For a long time, you've walked through spaces that felt uncertain, wondering when clarity would show up. You've waited with patience, endured with strength, and kept faith even when life seemed silent. But the silence wasn't neglect, it was preparation. Every quiet day, every unanswered moment, every delay was shaping the timing that is now approaching. You are closer than ever to understanding why the universe asked you to hold on. Someone connected to your spirit is experiencing a shift they cannot ignore. Their thoughts have been circling inward, searching for clarity, trying to understand the weight they've been feeling. What they don't realize yet is that the pull they feel isn't confusion, it's direction. It's their soul recognizing a truth that their mind was too afraid to face before. They're beginning to see that you were not just a moment in their life. You were a mirror, a guide, a quiet anchor they didn't appreciate when they had the chance. Life has a way of revealing the value of something only after it's gone. But with this person, the realization isn't coming from loss alone, it's coming from growth. They've learned lessons the hard way. They've seen the difference between temporary comfort and genuine connection. They've discovered that some energies return not because of longing, but because they were never meant to leave. Right now, they're reflecting on conversations, laughter, silence, emotions, little pockets of memory that suddenly feel vivid again. These memories aren't haunting them, they're awakening them. And that awakening is preparing them to reach out in a way they couldn't before. Your name has become a reminder of peace, a reminder of authenticity, a reminder of who they were when they were with you. And that reminder keeps calling them back. You might feel subtle signs today, a calmness settling over you, a strange warmth in your hands, a soft flutter in your chest, or a moment of stillness that feels almost guided. These sensations aren't random. They are echoes of the spiritual shift happening between you and this person. It's like the universe is fine-tuning the connection, aligning both of you for a moment that carries meaning. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Because the energy you feel isn't imagination, it's movement. Your story is changing, not dramatically, but deliberately. What's coming toward you is not chaos disguised as hope. It's clarity wrapped in sincerity. It's the kind of closure or reconnection that heals what confusion once damaged. You've been patient for so long, patient even when it hurt, patient even when you doubted, patient even when you felt forgotten. But your patience hasn't gone unnoticed. It has positioned you for a chapter where you finally receive what your spirit has been quietly calling in. That call is being answered. The person connected to this shift is experiencing emotions they can't put into words. They're feeling a blend of regret, recognition, and readiness. Their soul is nudging them toward honesty, urging them to speak what they never had the courage to express. Every silence they gave you, it wasn't a rejection of you. It was a lack of readiness within themselves. But now, readiness is growing. They may rehearse what they want to say. They may hesitate before pressing send. They may overthink their emotions. But the pull is stronger than their fear, because they know that this time, they cannot approach you casually. They cannot return with half answers or half effort. Something inside them insists that they come with truth, humility, and clarity. Let your heart relax as you hear this. You're not about to relive old pain. You're about to receive new understanding. This moment isn't about repeating history. It's about closing a cycle with meaning or beginning a new one with insight. Either way, it brings peace. Over the next hour or so, you might feel more in tune with your surroundings. Sounds may feel clearer, your intuitions sharper, your emotions more centered. That's because you're stepping into a moment where your spirit and your path finally synchronize. When alignment arrives, the whole world feels different, and you're entering alignment right now. The energy around you is shifting because your reality is shifting. The universe isn't just delivering a person, it's delivering a message. Something meant specifically for you. Something tied to your journey, your healing, your resilience. And the person connected to you is being guided step by step into that moment. They may reach out with a simple message, a long-awaited apology, a truth they've held inside, or a sign that feels unmistakably timed. Whatever form it takes, you'll feel the sincerity in their words. You'll sense the shift in their energy. You'll recognize that this isn't the same person who walked away or stayed silent. They've changed because life changed them. Let yourself breathe into the possibility, because this isn't fantasy. This isn't false hope. This is alignment, gathering all the pieces that once felt scattered. Your heart has been preparing quietly, Your soul has been softening. Your spirit has been learning to trust again, even if you didn't realize it. And now the universe is matching your readiness with movement. The person approaching you isn't coming with confusion, they're coming with clarity. The message approaching isn't coming with chaos, it's coming with peace. The moment approaching isn't coming with uncertainty, it's coming with purpose. And when it arrives, it will feel like everything inside you finally exhales. You'll understand why things happened the way they did. You'll feel the weight you've been carrying begin to lift. You'll sense a familiar presence returning with new intention. This is the doorway between your past and your next chapter. Walk through it slowly. Let it unfold naturally. Don't rush. Don't force. Just allow. Because what's coming isn't fragile, it's meant. It's guided. It's aligned. It's already on its way. And when the moment arrives, your spirit will whisper, "This is it." There is a moment in every journey where everything begins to make sense, not all at once, not with sudden fireworks, but with a gentle unfolding that feels almost sacred. You are stepping into that moment right now. The space around you is quieter, lighter, more aware. It's as if the universe has paused for a brief second, just long enough for destiny to catch up to you. All the confusion you carried, all the unanswered questions that weighed on your heart, all the nights where your thoughts felt too loud, those experiences were not wasted. They softened you, they shaped you, they prepared you for the clarity approaching now. And that clarity is closer than you think. Someone connected to your story is standing at a point of undeniable truth. They've tried distracting themselves, burying emotions, convincing their mind of something their heart could never agree with. But when a connection is rooted in purpose, silence doesn't erase it, it amplifies it. Right now, they feel a pull that grows stronger with each passing hour. It's not just memory, it's recognition. Their spirit is finally catching up to what their heart always knew. Your presence was more meaningful than they allowed themselves to admit. They are replaying moments that once felt simple, but now feel significant. The way you spoke, the way you listened, the way you carried light even on your darkest days. These memories aren't haunting them, they're guiding them. Life has been whispering truth into their conscience, not as punishment, but as awakening. And that awakening is bringing them forward. You might feel a slight pressure in your chest, a soft stirring inside your heart. That's not anxiety, it's alignment. Your intuition is responding to the shift happening in real time. When two paths begin to move toward each other, the soul feels it before the mind understands it. Let yourself feel this moment fully, because what's coming cannot be rushed or forced. It is arriving with precision, with intention, with timing that has been carefully orchestrated long before you sensed it. You're not stepping into uncertainty. You're stepping into truth. The universe isn't just sending you a person, it's sending you a shift, a healing, a realization, a moment that restores something inside you that life once cracked open. The person tied to this moment is beginning to understand their own heart. They're noticing signs, memories appearing at random, your name surfacing in conversations, dreams that bring back feelings they tried to forget. Their inner world is aligning with a message. It's time to face what you've been avoiding. And soon, that truth will no longer stay hidden. Take another breath. Let it settle deeply into your chest. You've been carrying strength for so long that sometimes you forget how powerful you are. You forget that your heart is capable of attracting what's meant for you without chasing anything. You forget that the love and clarity you deserve can find you naturally, without struggle. But now, the universe is reminding you. You are stepping into a moment where the people meant for you will show up clearly. The opportunities meant for you will unfold calmly. The blessings meant for you will reach you effortlessly. Not because you begged for them, but because your spirit is finally ready to receive them. Instead of asking, when? Your heart is learning to whisper, I'm ready. The person approaching you emotionally, spiritually, energetically, has felt a shift they can no longer block out. Their pride is softening. Their confusion is clearing. Their clarity is sharpening. The things they once avoided are becoming the things they feel called to address. They're not returning with old habits. They're returning with new understanding. And when that moment arrives, whether in a message, a voice, a quiet gesture, you will feel the sincerity in their words. It will not feel rushed. It will not feel forced. It will not feel uncertain. It will feel like truth finally speaking for itself. Your heart may tremble. Your breath may pause. A calm may wash over you. These are signs that this moment was meant for you. You are being guided toward a chapter where emotional fog lifts, where healing replaces hurt, where clarity replaces confusion, where presence replaces distance. This moment isn't about going backward, it's about moving forward with understanding. The people meant for your next chapter will show up with effort, not excuses, with honesty, not hesitation, with intention, not inconsistency. And the person connected to your spirit knows this intuitively. They feel a pull that goes beyond logic, a pull that feels older than memory and deeper than fear, a pull that keeps leading them back to you. Let your soul rest in that knowing, because what is meant for you is not fragile. It does not crumble under pressure. It does not disappear under distance. It finds its way every single time. As the minutes ahead unfold, you may sense a sudden wave of calm, a moment of emotional clarity, a familiar sign, a small but meaningful shift in your surroundings. These are not random. These are messages from the universe saying, prepare yourself. Something real is coming. Your heart is entering a brighter space, a softer space, a space where what was heavy begins to lighten, a space where what you lost returns, not as it was, but as it should be. This final stretch of waiting is not about patience anymore. It's about readiness. Your spirit has grown. Your heart has healed enough to receive clarity. Your energy is aligned with your next chapter. And the person connected to this moment is being guided toward you with the same precision. They may reach out in the simplest way, a message, a call, a gesture, but the meaning behind it will be unmistakable. You will feel the shift in their voice. You will sense the honesty in their approach. You will recognize the sincerity in their intention. And when this happens, your heart will finally exhale. Because deep inside, you'll know, this is what I was waiting for. This is the moment that makes everything make sense. This is alignment, not coincidence. Your story is turning now. Your timeline is opening. Your heart is stepping into a new rhythm. In this hour, something sacred is unfolding for you. Not loudly, not dramatically, but purposefully. Let it come. Let it unfold. Let it heal. Because the moment your soul has been sensing, the moment you've been quietly waiting for, The moment destiny has been preparing is now stepping into your life, and it carries peace. It carries truth. It carries the confirmation your heart has long desired. You are ready, and what's meant for you is already on the way.